Music is a language of peace. Music is a language. It's a language to communicate good things.
There's this small smile he does. He just goes. And that is the African booty.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Amazons.
Welcome to Amazons. So today we're dedicating this episode to our music industry, really, talking about the fact that they've come so far in such a short period and their achievements, the language behind the music. And we have two special guests in the house to discuss this. But before I go to my guests, what do you think about the language of our music today?
Well, first of all, we want to talk about using music as a tool for communication.
It always has been,
Yeah,
it always will be.
using music as a tool of a message, using music as a tool for change, using music as a tool for getting the youth to accept their circumstances, using music beyond entertainment. That is what the Nigerian music industry is about today. It is an industry that is engaging the youth in terms of providing employment, in terms of giving change to the society, in terms of also selling Nigeria to the outside world. It's a public relation tool for Nigeria now, the Nigerian music industry. It was in the past, before, when sport was the tool for public relations for Nigeria. But you go to other parts of Africa now, they remember Nigeria. The first thing that comes to them, to the mind of those in the west coast of Africa, and indeed the world now, is the entertainment industry.
Yes,
the entertainment, home videos, and music. Music now is competing. And I think that government should begin to look at that industry, the music industry.
Before we go into government participation, don't start.
You don't want us to talk about government here.
But you know what? In as much as I echo what Bimbo says, Aisha is saying that music is a language to encourage the youth to do good things, to communicate. Yeah, well, exactly. But at the same time, one thing that we really have to I think you really need to think about and look at as well is music also has a negative side.
Yes, it does. It can.
In terms of the lyrics, the languages, the kind of message we're sending to younger ones now, you know?
Yeah, because if we say it's a tool of dissemination, then what sort of message are you sending out there to everybody that listens to it, basically?
Is there anything that can control the kind of languages that, you know, a lot of this, if you watch a lot of videos now, it's sexual, it's about women, body, breast.
Would you say that this occurs in every industry and that there's always the positive and the negative? And can we say that the Nigerian music industry has found a balance that works?
I wouldn't say that. It's like we have woken up. You know, music back then, do you understand? Music back then is not the kind of music we have now. Every 3-year-old child knows music, and they know this artist.
Music is changing. The world is changing. Back then, we used to have black and white television. Now you have color. You have the social media. You have internet. You have
magazines. You're bombarded with all sorts of images on a daily.
On a daily basis. So the world is not static. What we are saying about the music industry in Nigeria is that it has come very far. It has done well. Like every other thing, it has its positive, it has its negative. It's just for you to find a balance between the positive and the negative. You won't tell an artist what to sing. You won't tell an artist what not to sing.
Well, but Aisha, we're serving as a forum to shed light on all these sides, on all this negative.
Okay, Dolapo, what you're saying, would you say that the negative far outweighs the positive?
I mean, I wouldn't exactly say that, but then you would have to look at the group that the negative side of what anything is affecting. And if it's affecting children whose minds are like a blank plate, then you have to, obviously, you have to take into consideration.
That is the responsibility of parents.
No, yeah. I appreciate that, but then you take your child to a birthday party. They are playing music and they're talking about personal things and private things. You're not going to put wolves in your child's ears, are you? You take the child back home.
Yes.
Or you tell the DJ. The DJ should know. Now it is not about the artist anymore.
It's still about the parents. The parents of the child that employ the DJ.
My child said to me, "Mommy, was something, go back, take banana." How do I explain what banana is?
You tell your child that it's a banana.
I had to say monkey.
A banana is a fruit
that you can eat. No, but the thing is, the caption was a banana going in a woman's mouth. Hello.
Okay. No, I do accept what you're saying, and I do agree with it. But I think sometimes we leave the responsibilities of these things to the wrong people. It is, as far as I'm concerned, if I'm having a birthday for my child, I will make sure that the music is children friendly.
Exactly.
It's the parents.
I will simulate, I will simulate that music before the party. I must know what music you are playing.
The children would not dance to it. They want to
They
dance to the
dance.
things that they understand. And there's nothing
they
we can
understand
do.
the banana stuff.
I'm sorry, Bimbo, can I share this? A child was taken from Nigeria to Ireland, and when he got there, they said to him, can you recite a poem? He was singing, I don't know, one of these Nigerian.
Okay, let's call on someone that I think is extremely. Let's call on someone that I think is extremely special. If he wasn't married, maybe Sha. Just joking. But I think he's such a wonderful musician. He's very humble, extremely talented, and gifted. Please, a round of applause for Two-Face.
Hello.
Thank you so much for taking time out to be here.
Yes, so
We know
thank
you're
you.
very, very, very busy, but thank you for making time.
I'm happy to be here, man.
Good.
We're talking about lyrics. I mean, in the olden days, we had our King Sunny Ade, Ebenezer Obey. We had Fela, who is a prophet as far as I'm concerned. And what they sang about were things that affected them and things that made so much sense. I mean, one of Obey's songs I still quote till tomorrow because it makes just absolute sense to me. I listen to your music and I think what you say, like, you have so many songs about propaganda, change, a different Nigeria. What would you say about all these other people that sing not so nice lyrics?
Wow. First of all, I would like to say, you know, it's a free world.
True.
And, you know, entertainment is very, very vast in the sense of it, you know. So what somebody decides to sing about is the person's choice. And,
Sure.
you know, it depends on where the person wants to go or how the person wants to be perceived, you know. So for me, it's a free world, and the listeners are the ones that have the choice to choose what they listen to.
So you're saying it's a matter of choice, basically?
Yes, yes.
I agree with that totally.
But I know that you, Two-Face, I listen to most of your songs. I actually enjoy listening to your music, not because you're here.
Thank you.
But because, you know, it makes a lot of sense to me. You know? And one particular one that really strikes me is about music for change. You know, I don't know what the title is. They want to tell us another story again.
Yeah,
you know, about you were talking about
it's a political song. Yeah.
Political song. I mean, that is absolutely, you know, is what happens today that you talk about. And there's this other one. You are my brother. You know, we're killing each other today. No matter where we are from, we are Nigerians first and foremost. You know, those music are really philosophical. They are deep. And then the last one, the African woman, the one that won you so many.
Is that the African queen?
The African queen. Yeah. So
He was talking about me.
Big war.
So what really is the inspiration behind the lyrics of your music?
Okay, for me, the inspiration comes from everything that I see around me, you know. It comes from, you know, everything that I see around me, and I think the gift of God has made me able to put it into a creative form, you know, that's music now, and then express it in a way that people can relate to it in a way that they cannot do it by themselves. So when I do it, then I'll say, oh, this guy is talking exactly what I
I'm
wanted to say,
feeling.
you know.
Can
So
I ask you
inspiration
something?
is everything.
What is your, you know, she said music is a language of communication.
Yeah.
What is your objective? When you sing, what are you trying to get
Yeah.
across? Who are the people, who
Okay.
are your target people that you want to understand certain things and you want them to use your music to change their lives or improve their lives?
Yeah,
Do you
okay.
have any particular
Yeah,
group
that's
or
a good one. Nobody ever asked me this before. Man. My target audience is everybody, and my main message all the time is reality and you know, one love.
one love?
You know, and I think everybody, the good, the bad, and the ugly, they fall under that category.
I agree. Look, when you write a song, do you sit down and think to yourself, how will my fans take this?
Yeah, that is the almost thing in my head every time that I'm writing a song or, you know, producing.
Does that not disturb the creative process itself?
No, I think it helps it. You know, why I say so is, if your music no sweet you, I want to sweet somebody else. You know, so you think about it from that angle, and once you're thinking about it from that angle, you now say, oh man, if people hear I'm like this, it go enter. If you don't feel it, you know that the crowd, they won't, the public, they won't feel it as well.
I've
You know,
always
'cause-
wanted to ask you Two-Face. There's this particular music. I hear a lot of rumors about that music. The reason why the music came about.
Oh, yeah, I know the song.
You know, Ọmọ má lọ rò.
Oh.
That's a beautiful song.
I don't know. Let me in
So
on this.
what
I don't know
is
what
the
that
story
is.
behind that
Okay,
music?
Somebody was rude to him.
there's this song, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the song came out, and after like 2 months after the
Can
song
you sing
came
the
out,
chorus?
má lọ rò pé ọmọ pé wọn nìkan ló máa lówó. Má lọ rò
Do
pé
you know it?
yóò bí gbogbo àwẹ̀ kò make this money. You know, so the song is titled Only Me, and there's this line in the song that I said, I know say no be everybody sabi play ball, but arise, O compatriot, if Nigeria call, you know. So that part is like, somebody just woke up one morning and just said, I wrote the song for Mikel Obi.
Yeah, I heard
And I
that.
think
True
that
or
was
false?
that was totally false. Let me just clear that out of the way now before I even, you know. And I think the reason why the rumor had weight, or why the rumor really caught fire, was because that period I think they invited Mikel for one of the, is it a friendly match? I can't remember the exact, you know.
One of the
And I
games.
think he didn't come. I don't know the reason why. I don't know what happened, but he didn't come for this thing. So once they heard that, people were like, oh, okay. So then anybody talk, say, I know it's not be everybody sabi play ball. Say, if Nigeria call you, why you not go come, you know?
Okay.
And then they said, I saw him somewhere in London and he snubbed me. And that is totally false. The first and only time that I met Mikel was after the Mobile Awards in 2006. And he actually hung with us. He actually even called. We didn't even say me, P Square, and the band. We didn't even see him at first. He was the one that was like, hey, Baba, P Square, where did they go? You know, like, who be that? Oh, Mikel, what's up, you know? And it was just a peaceful hangout that day.
I like the rumors.
You know,
So all those.
so that rumor, we need to employ that. We need to employ the person that started that
It was
rumor.
unbelievable.
Very efficient,
that's
very
a
efficient
serious-
rumor monger.
Spread like wildfire. I heard
Wow.
it from like 4 different people, and I'm like, really?
I know you have an NGO.
Yes.
And it's I love it when I see, you know, a lot of actors and musicians like
Giving back.
yourself trying to give back and stuff like that. And I think it's good because you're trying to give back, and obviously
Yeah.
you'd encourage your other
Yeah,
contact
definitely.
arts or whoever to
Definitely,
give
yeah.
back. Can you tell us a little bit about your NGO, what it's about, and
Okay, the theme of my NGO is just service to humanity. Whatever we can do to, even if it's just one person, whatever we can do to make something happen for somebody, that's what we're going to do. You know, so over the last couple of years, right now I'm partnering with Little Big Souls.
Okay.
And Little Big Souls is mainly all about preterm babies. You know,
Okay.
you have many hospitals, no incubators,
Okay.
no. And then something as simple as that still goes on in Nigeria, and you have hundreds of babies dying every day in the
Yes,
hospital just
yes.
because of one incubator or small, just very simple basic things, you know.
So do
that's
you
what-
give back, or do you encourage people to come together to give back?
We do both.
Both.
We do both, you know.
I have
we've given and we've made other people donate stuff.
to
you
the
know.
hospitals.
Yes.
And we're still discussing music as a tool of dissemination. And now we have Two-Face in the house. And he wants to sing to me. He's been going on about it. He just insists on singing his song to me. Sweetheart, sing on.
Oh my gosh, man.
And we support you
Oh
from
my
here.
days.
We will clap, and then we can dance, and we can
It's
hum.
serious?
Yes, please.
Producer.
Yeah, they shy now, so.
You wanted
Okay, I'll
to sing
just,
something.
I'll just
You
sing
wanted-
that one line now.
The kids did better. Do you want to hear Two-Face
Okay,
sing?
what about, what's that one? African Queen?
African Queen.
Even if it's the chorus.
Okay, since I'll be African Queen, I'll just do the chorus.
No, specifically to one
Just
African.
like the sun lights up the earth.
No, me,
Light
here.
up my life. And you remind me of a thing. And that is the African booty.
I know we put you on the spot and we shouldn't have done that. It was very unfair, but I just had to do it. I'm extremely sorry. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you
One
so
love, man.
much.
Thank you guys for,
Great.
supporting Nigerian music and,
Cute.
supporting the whole revolution.
As long as you keep singing the way you do, we'll support you.
Yes, so no shaking.
We're right behind you.
All right.
We got your back.
We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. We have another surprise guest in the house.
You start a song and you say, the sky is falling and the moon is traveling. I mean,
Welcome back to Amazons. We are still celebrating the music industry in Nigeria. And I want to say a big thank you to the audience. You guys are absolutely amazing. Now we have another guest, Dolapo Aisha. Can you guess who it is?
I can guess.
Try. Okay, let me give you a hint. He's a musician.
Harambe,
Oh, you got me.
Timo Feda.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Brimo!
Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being here today, Brimo. We know you have a really, really busy schedule.
this chair
And
is
of course,
comfortable.
It is.
Feel relaxed.
Thank you, man.
We're talking music today. We're celebrating the artists, not only you, not only Two-Face, everybody who has done so much for the music industry. Of course, we can't bring everybody into the studio, but we just thought we must have Brimo here to talk about
Thank you.
music. Now, from zoology to music, why? Why did you do that?
Okay,
If I was mommy, I would beat you. You would give me back the money.
I got quite a certain amount of beating anyway. So I don't know what happened, but somewhere in my second year, I just couldn't do it anymore. I guess maybe it was because I had a video that was already out, and it was sure I knew this music, and I be like, say,
That's the way
there's a
forward.
hope there.
Yeah.
So I chased it.
You dumped zoology, just like that.
You know something, Bimbo. If you're doing something that you don't have passion for, it's a struggle.
It is,
Yes.
I know.
You know, it's a struggle, and it's easy for me to say as a parent because I also am going through some things with my boy now. You know, he's so strong, passionate about a certain thing. I want him to go in a certain direction. So we
clashing.
we are talking and clashing about it all the time to find a balance. So I quite understand that the passion was so strong for you.
Yes,
but where did it all begin, this music passion for you? Where did it start?
Yeah, I think it started somewhere in our small one-room apartment. Myself, my mom, my dad. I'm an only child.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so sweet. So that's why you were
Yeah,
you-
spoiled.
That's it. So are you spoiled?
Well, Well, if you grew up in Okokomaiko and your dad is a carpenter, and your mom sells, you know, she's a petty trader, you probably might not get spoiled easily, you know. But my mom used to play a lot of Fuji music, juju music, you know.
Okay.
You know, so somewhere between Sonny Ade and Barista and
Okay.
Salawa
Kwamwan
Beni and Kwamwan.
Does
you
she
know.
sing?
A lot.
Oh, yeah.
My mom would sing like 10 hours every day. You know.
That's
So,
like my mom.
yeah, and
So that's where you got the passion from.
yeah, and then she would take out lyrics from songs and introduce our own lyrics into them. I don't know what that's called in English. Whatever. You know, so she would put the songs there. Whenever she has a fight with her husband, she would sing to him.
She will send the husband a message
You
through
know.
music.
And then there's this small smile he does. He just goes.
You sound like you have a brilliant childhood.
But I didn't know I was going to become a musician. In fact, as a teenager, I wanted to play football.
Okay.
You know, I'm a lefty, so I would just.
Ooh.
So everybody on my street just be like, "Where's that lefty boy? You know, that short boy." You know, but then suddenly between GSS 3 and SS1, I caught the music bug, started writing. You know.
Oh, you write your own music as well?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So I started writing. That was 99, 2000. By 2002, we started a group, myself and my friends, and we called ourselves Aliens.
Aliens. Okay, why aliens? I know there's a message in that. Why aliens?
The plan was to, what actually informed that particular decision was I wanted to make music. So when I leave my class during break time and go from class to class, I would hear other students sing. But back then it used to be raga. You know, yeah. A lot of raga artists were very popular in Nigeria, so a lot of students were practicing to become raga artists. I didn't, you know, tune into that. You know.
Okay.
So I was just cutting what I find. I would find out, you know. And then there was a sudden influx of, you know, a lot of R. Kelly in Nigeria back then. A lot
Okay.
of Backstreet Boys, a lot of Westlife, a lot of, you know, Western music. So as a secondary school student, I would listen to a lot of them, you know. But then there was a problem, which was I didn't know how to relate all that to my people here. Because when you start a song and you say, the sky is falling and the moon is traveling. I mean, how do you relate that to an African woman who's sitting in a store selling pepper? You know?
Why this guy no for me?
Because she just the one that say, which sky? You know? So, you know, so because we live in a very different society, I need to find a way to relate that with, you know. But then, why I needed to relate what I heard with what my people would want to listen to is because we have a lot of Western influence. We cannot even hide that, you know, in our governance, in our economy, in our lifestyle. Everything we do right now has a lot of Western influence in it. But still, there are more Nigerians who would rather go to Kwamwan's party or
We do have a huge
or
fan base.
a proper high life, you know, artist in the East, for instance. So, if that's going on here, you know, the number of people who are really informed, you know, in that Western ways, to buy your music, there are not so many people. You know? And then you'll be shocked that most of these people also grew up in homes where a lot of juju music was played, or even Fuji, or even high life. So they will tune into it. So if I'm making high life music that you probably heard your dad listen to when you were young, now you probably go, this is good, you know. So if I'm able to blend that with my Western influences, I think I'll be good.
Okay, now you write most of your lyrics, and we said here earlier that the messages that we pass across in music is very, very potent. Do you think about that when you write your lyrics, when you're about to go to the studio to sing? Do you think about the impact of your words on the people that listen?
I do, a lot, actually. That's quite important to me because this music has bring food for the table, you understand? You know, so if something is going to be easy for somebody to sing along to, it was because it was easy for me to sing along to it. So one of the things I used to do is when I write a song, I try to write the song in my head.
Okay.
You know, if it's just the chorus or the hook, I try to make sure I just write it. I just come up with the melody and the words in my head.
Okay.
You know, and then I probably recite it for a while, and then I let it go. So if I can remember that song in a week, it might be a hit.
Brimo, I wanted to ask you, you cut across like a very, calm, level-headed, focused, passionate. I can't, I don't know how old you are, but obviously you are very young, and being exposed to fame and the kind of things that you're exposed to at a very tender age can have negative effects on a young mind. And obviously, coming from where you're coming from with your background as well and everything, but you seem to sort of like, be on, stand a balance. How are you coping? And,
I don't know how to say this, but I think I remember quite very well when I was a child. The biggest problem I used to have with my dad was my dad does not understand why someone will agree to do something and not do it. He is quite, I used to hate him a lot when I was a child. I used to be like,
that means he's a good father. If you hate your father, it's a good father.
I used to be like, it's like, yo man, how about now? You wake me up 5:30 to go and pray in the mosque. You now ask me.
Do that?
Then I go to school every day. Then when I get back from school, because I was quite, becoming a little on the wayward side. So he'll be like, you must be busy. So he sends me to an Arabic class in the evening, and whenever there's none of those, he tries to make sure I come to his store so I can learn at least how to saw the wood or something. Even though I refuse to do that. And then, but one thing I learned after all that while was, if you give him money to keep, he will give you back the money exactly how you give him, even if it's 10 years later.
You're very lucky.
As broke as we were. So when he used to do that, I'll be like, yo, man, I don't understand it.
Thank you so much for coming to share with us.
No, before, just briefly, so where do you see yourself, Brimo, and your music in the next, let's say, 5 years?
Sincerely, that's something none of us really know. So what I'm going to try to do is make the best of every opportunity I get and see where it takes me.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brimo, for
you
coming
so
to chat with us, for
you,
celebrating your industry with us. We are so grateful.
Thank you, Mom.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I still have another surprise guest. I'm full of surprises today. We'll be right back. You do not, trust me, you do not want to go anywhere. She was
Like
not
she would
very
take the tapes
happy.
into the car and play the tape, and it goes from sing hallelujah to yo, what's up? And she's like,
Welcome back. We're still talking music, celebrating the music industry in Nigeria that has gone international. We have another special guest in the studio. I'm feeling so cool. Another special
She's
guest.
an Amazon.
She is
A young
an
Amazon.
We can't interview the boys without bringing in one female artist to tell us what it's like. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I present Igor. Welcome.
How are you, Eva?
I'm fine.
He said, Eva, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Music industry has gone, the Nigerian music industry, wow, it's unbelievable.
Yes, it is.
What do you see happening to you in a few years? Are you looking forward to getting an international label?
I want a baby.
Okay.
She wants
I
a
want
baby.
a baby. I've wanted a baby since I was like 20, 21.
Come on now, you can't be that much older.
No, but with the music, seriously, I see an international deal. I already have one, thank God. Yes.
Oh, lovely.
I just scored a songwriting deal with an international UK label.
Wow.
So yes, that's very.
Congrats.
It's
well
just
done.
songwriting. We're getting there. So
It's a
Kind of music. What kind of music do you sing?
it's rap.
It's rap.
Yes.
Okay.
But with the UK deal, they want me to go more pop because that's what's reigning over there in the UK.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have to write some pop songs.
Now tell me, how is it? In Nollywood, there's no such thing as the men get better chances than the women, not really. But is there anything like that going on in the music industry? Do the men get a better break?
We they suffer well. I think no, it's true. I think the girls suffer a lot over here.
Really?
Because it's crazy. I mean, they come from the perception that you cannot do anything because you're a girl. And the music business gets you out of your house from 6 to 6 to 10 to 12, back to 6.
Okay.
So you're never at home. And they have this perception that because you're doing music, then you're either a slut or you're a flirt or you're not good to be a woman. So there's just so many things that pull the girls back. So if you notice, the girl starts and then you just notice that the girl is no more there. She's not doing music anymore. What happened to you? What happened to you?
But then,
so there's a lot of stress.
But you know what? Hold on. I totally, I don't agree with you in the sense that I think in this day and age and with the kind of exposure that we're getting now and everything, is it more a thing of being a woman, the girls get to a certain age where they actually want to settle down and the kind of lifestyle that what they're doing brings is not something they can deal with?
I don't think it's about settling down.
I can help you there, Eva. I think, you see, the picture she's painted now, the music industry is an odd-hour industry. You understand what I mean? You go out from, you know...
You're out every night.
Every night. You come back in the morning. Perhaps you have a home to take care of. By midday, you start preparing to go out again. For a man, it is okay to do that without any meanings being read into that. But for a woman to be out at night, that's what she's saying.
So you have to, for you to do music successfully, you must really have a strong support system. So it might be your family, it might be your friends.
Do you have a strong support system?
I do. I do. I have an amazing management team, and my father is my biggest fan.
Can I ask you about your style? Because you know, a lot of young upcoming artists now, they sort of like replicate what they see the international, you know, artists doing and everything. But you seem to sort of like have your own unique, you know, I still can't explain
I like the
it.
haircuts.
But you know, what's your inspiration and?
I don't know. I really don't. I'm just very spontaneous. I do whatever comes to my mind. Plus, I grew up with boys. So I was a real tomboy. My mom never bought me Barbie doll dresses. I didn't have teddy bears. I played table snooker in the house. Table soccer, floor soccer with the boys. So I didn't have Barbie dolls. I didn't have teddy bears. I had tape recorders. You know, I had Game Boy. I had games. So going from there into music, it was a mixed match of tomboy and the girly chick.
Okay.
So I'm not necessarily a diva or diva.
Okay.
But does that reflect
like right
in
now?
your
I'm wearing a
music?
big boy T-shirt and I match it with shorts, which answers your question. This is the sexy part of it. This is the boyish part of it.
Okay.
And then I have heels on.
You're brilliant. Does that also come across in your music? The girly you and the tomboy?
It comes across in every way, even with my business. I'm a strict businesswoman. Because aside the music, I am a makeup artist as well.
Okay.
I own a makeup company. So when I handle that business, I come back to handle the music business, which I have been doing by myself for a long time. I'm not signed to a record label. I don't have a sponsor giving me money to, you know, run around for music. So I have to do everything by myself.
And that must be difficult.
It is very difficult because as a woman, you have to stand up to the guys. The minute you stand up to the guys, they have misconceptions about you. They say, oh, she's arrogant. Oh, she's bossy. Oh, she's whatever. But you have to be that so that they don't pull you down.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You have to be that so that your paycheck comes in when it's supposed to come in.
Okay. I mean, I understand the misconceptions and how easy it is to, you know, misconstrue things. But do the other artists, the male artists, do they give you guys support?
Oh, yes, they do. They're amazing. They're amazing brothers. They do. In whatever way that they can, they do. They're so amazing, and I'm very, very lucky to have worked with, you know, a whole lot of these male artists. There's a lot of people out there that have helped me in very little ways they don't even know they have, and there's a lot of people that have tried to pull me down. I'm just like, you know what? Every day is a gift. God has put me here for a purpose. You better shut your ears to the bad and listen to the good and move forward.
Exactly. That is the spirit.
Yeah.
Eva,
I'm
not joking.
I find rap really very male.
I find it very sexy.
Wow.
It's easier for me because I don't have a sing kind of voice. So I rap. And I fell in love with rap thanks to my brothers. I was really in love with Eminem when I was growing up.
Oh.
And I used to dub over my mom's gospel tapes. There was a time when we had,
Eminem for that matter.
when we
I'm
had
sure
the
she was
playback.
I'm sure she was
Like
not
she would
very
take the tapes
happy.
into the car and play the tape, and it goes from sing hallelujah to yo, what's up? And she's like, what's going on here? So that's how it started, really.
You mentioned earlier that you just got an international some contract or something
To write music.
to write music, and it's pop. So how are you going to? I don't know much about lyrics, but I know that the lyrics in rap is completely different from the lyrics in pops.
Yeah.
How are you going?
It's actually easier to write pop
Than the rap.
Okay.
than to write rap. It's
Okay.
easier because with rap you have to think of metaphors and punchlines and you
And
know
rhymes
and all that. With pop you just have to think of how to make people move and you know bop their heads and be happy. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Eva, for
Thanks
sharing your
having
time
me.
with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
We loved having you. And
Thank you so
you guys,
much.
watch out. I just might become a musician.
You wish.
We're taking a short
It will
break.
take you as long enough it will
On
take
that
her to get.
note, short break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. You are still watching Amazons. We've had a lot of brilliant artists in the house tonight. And we spoke about it before. Aisha, you made a very interesting point about music and the DJs. And I think it's really important that parents need to monitor their kids.
If we want a change in the kind of music direction that we are
experiencing.
soliciting here, it has to start from the home. I mean, the musicians, they are there to sell their market, and whatever sells is what they will sing. But it is the
Exactly.
responsibility of the parent to decide what music their children listen to at home, what music they are exposed to on television, on the internet, in everything. You have to have some form of control.
It must be.
Yeah, there must be.
Now,
Nigerian
you
music
have been
industry.
watching us today talk to different artists, celebrate in the music industry, because the music industry needs to be celebrated. They have achieved a lot in, it seems like such a short period of time. I mean, we have people who are now on international labels, doing collaborations with international artists, and it's just amazing to see. And something else, if you're as bothered as some of us are about the language of the music, do something about it. Make a change. Start from your own home, your children.
And they can also send us their comments on the Amazon website.
Don't forget, we're
the
waiting.
The
Aisha is very particular about it.
NG, the Amazons.com.ng. You know, send us your comments. Send us what you think about the Nigerian
we
music
can chat.
industry. Let us know what the artists are doing, and let us know how music is affecting our society.
Also, you
Go
can
to our
let
chat
us
room.
know. Also, they can let us know what they would like us to talk about.
Yes,
you know,
topics that would interest
topics
you,
that
what you
would
want us
interest
to talk
you as
about.
well. We're more
Feel
than,
free to
you
send
know,
us,
yeah.
your ideas, and we will definitely look into it. Thank you so much for watching. Expecting to see you next time. The Amazons.